Good afternoon, my extreme viewers. This is Dot Nation News. We are on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's, court appearances, which I believe you all understood is up to 5 times now in a month, from April to May, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu appeared in the court, of appeal. And the last hearing that was 2 days ago, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu winning streak is shocking the entire globe. A man who was illegally renditioned from Nairobi, Kenya, blindfolded, meted all manners of, mass inhumanity against him, and all these are within the, the umbrella of barbarity, or you call it barbarism. Because of course I know that Malami Abubakar, the then Attorney General of Federation, is a barbaric, then a barbarian. You think or consider about the man whose this kind of dastard act was carried under his watch. You are talking about Major General, retired Muhammad Buhari. See, what is shocking everybody in the courtroom was the kind of chubby, ugly, poor preparation made by the, prosecution team. That's Federal Government of Nigeria. They could not prepare well with the so-called witness, DSS. No cohesion, no, pure, let me say, authentic cross-examination before even coming to the court. You should have at least interviewed the testifiers, the witnesses too well to avoid, a lacuna of law in the court. Such is a lacuna of law. They are coming in not knowing exactly what they are testifying for. The date, well documented, to the level of coming with photocopied documents, which Aloy Jumako, I trust him, I trust Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's, legal teams. They actually protested. The document shouldn't be photocopied, it should be original. The witnesses are coming with photocopied documents, coming with, yes and no, interjections. Did you do this? No. Do you know this? No. You don't know, and you came into the court to testify against fellow man who is in detention just for purpose of politics and the ethnic antagonism. Let me tell you, viewers, Nigerian government accused Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of shooting Muhammad Gala, incitement over the shooting or assassination of Muhammad Gulak. Listen and listen good. Gulak was shot on 31st May 2021. Date, get it right on your scores. Gulak was shot on the 31st May 2021, while the first sit-at-home observation was implemented on 30th May. 30th May. I don't understand. 2021. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's, continuous detention, illegal incarceration was the reason why all the Southeasterners are sitting at home every Monday and Tuesday, and every 30th they sit at home because they are trying to protest or celebrate, their loved ones that were shot during Biafra Nigerian Civil War. All the dead, victims, fatalities occurred during Nigeria Biafra Civil War. Their loved ones, the bereaved, various families in Igbo land are trying to use that day to commemorate remembrance of their loved one who lost their lives during the course of Nigerian Biafra Civil War, which was why on 30th May 2021, the Igbos, everybody were sitting at home, and Gulak Muhammad was invited by Hope Uzodinma, over a deal we don't know, over an agreement or whatever, thing they have, in common or about to sort out among themselves. And Gulak, on his way to Imo State Government House after alighted from the airport, on his way to Imo State Government Secretariat, he was at least, neutralized by some assailants. Sit at home was on 30th. Gulak was shot on 31st. Who was sitting at home then? Who? under which I don't know. So the testifier should be a maligner. The testifier must be a mischief maker, a man that has committed treachery against an innocent soul. An act of treachery should be punishable. Yes, under Nigerian constitution. Because what is coming up with, I mean the testifier, the masked men, they don't know what they are doing. You see it, and it produced or brought about an eruption to laughter. The whole court, people started laughing. The defensive counsel, legal team, the prosecution legal team, they started laughing at their witness. The so-called witness should prepare well, I think, for possible coexistence, among the defense, the prosecution counsel and their testifiers. Why are we in the secondary school behaving like people in the kindergarten? Nigerian system, anything can happen in the Federal Republic of Zoo. Nigeria has actually been telling the whole world what we are saying today about Nigerian nation is true. Nigeria is a zoo. Look, how could you come to testify against fellow man and we are not sure of the testimony, we are not sure of the witnesses, we are not sure of the evidences. And Barrister Omolowo, the leader of Federal Government of Nigeria, Prosecution Council, actually want to, unequivocally, unequitably, all of a sudden, unprepared, bring up another evidence, which is a lacuna of law. And it was shouted down by the justice, presiding justice, James Omotosho. Omolowo was shouted down. You cannot just bring up and incite, an allegation or evidence overnight. I don't know to understand, without proper application, legal application. So it was shouted down. He should go and prepare. He cannot just develop an evidence immediately and come up with it against a fellow man. So what Nigerian government is doing over the years, delaying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's, trial, truncating, violating his human rights, both national and international. Everybody in Nigeria, well-meaning Nigerians, well-meaning Igbos are against it. It is a lacuna of law, violation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's constitutional right to delay somebody for almost 10 years now, accusing him of terrorist act of incitement and a treasonable felony. When Tinubu actually threatened to run a parallel government during Jonathan regime, was he arrested? Did Jonathan charge him of treasonable felony? When Buhari threatened Jonathan that every street of Kanu, Lagos, there would be blood of the baboons and monkeys, was that not enough to charge him of a treasonable felony? I think the winning streak is on course. Progressively, each and every time Ohamadike goes to court, he normally comes out with winning streaks. A winning streak, I'm telling you, is a monumental victory for our great Igbo leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The man that has been embarking on agitation transaction for emancipation of Biafran nation. I'm telling you, he is still winning. It is of a great laughter that some witnesses could not prepare their document well, could not prepare their testimony well before entering courtroom. And I'm telling you that if Nigeria could be a country that respects her constitution or law, these testifiers, they have committed acts of treachery, which is punishable offense. It happened to Daniel in the Bible. When, what's the name of that man, testified against Daniel, bringing up a falsified allegation against Daniel. Daniel was thrown into the lion den, and after that, Daniel made a statement, and the king said, so be it. If it happened that the lion fails to consume you, it means your God is the true God, and you have actually been wrongly accused. And at the end of the day, after how many days, Daniel was busy playing. in the den of lions with all the lions. And at the end of the day, the king ordered for seizure or arrest of the man that brought that false, treachery or allegation against Daniel. And he was thrown into the den, and the king said, go, so be it. If the lion could not consume you, you come out victoriously. But if the lion consumes it, means you are, accusing Daniel out of, malice or treachery. And before they throw him in there, people could hear the lion struggling for his torso, his calves. The lion devoured him. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was illegally extraordinary renditioned into Nigeria by Malami-led legal team of Federal Republic of Nigeria, a country where impunity, law could never be respected, and it has never been respected. So today, the former AGF, he has no reason, no right anymore to intercede or intercept or interact with the current ongoing case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu at the appeal court. Malami is a hater of Igbo. Malami is an anti-Igboist. Igbo na ekwanu, Igboism. Igbo na ekwanu, Igbophobia. Igbo na ekwanu, Igboism. Igbo na ekwanu, Igbophobia. Anti-Igboism is the reason why the testifiers are making monumental errors and omissions in the courtroom. Igbo na ekwanu, Igbophobia. Anti-Igbonism, Igboism, and semanticism is the reason why both testifiers are masking their faces. They don't want us to see their face. What are you hiding for? If you are for justice, equity, and fairness, I think covering your faces shouldn't come in. Igbo na ekwenu, Igbo kwenu, Igbo kweism, Igboism, Igbophobia, Igboism, Igbophobia. Anti-Igboism is the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was waiting, where his case was pending. From 2015 to 2017, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's compound was invaded by a military clique under the watch of the then Chief of Army Staff, Brutai is Mr. Brute. And he do what? He huddled the fence, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and escaped through Azumili into Senegal. Anti-Igbonism, anti-Igbophobia, Igbophobia, Igboism. The continuous trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which has been stretched for over a decade now, the testifiers don't know. During cross-examination, day before yesterday in the court, they asked them, do you know how many years his trial, the proceedings? He said he didn't know. And you were his investigator, you were his interrogator, and you don't know how many years he has been incarcerated. The testifier, the Mumu testifier said, I don't know. He didn't know. You see it. Igbo na ekwenu, Igbophobia. Igbo na ekwenu, Igbophobia. Igbo na ekwenu, Igbophobia. Oh, political crank. Political higgledy-piggledy. Discriminating against Nigerians. Nigerians discriminating against themselves due to political crank. Political higgledy-piggledy. Oh, Igbo na ekwenu, Igbophobia. Igbo na ekwenu, Igbophobia. Nnamdi Kanu is still winning in the court. On a Sunday, on a one day. He go to penny them, he go to sweet us, he go to pen them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must actually, get out of the DSS, facility soonest. It has been attracting both national and international interest for 10 years now. Incarceration of an innocent man who was illegally without proper or appropriate document renditioned from Nairobi, Kenya into Nigeria some 4-5 years ago. If Mazi Nnamdi could not die for 48 months, sitting one place for 48 months, I think for 60 months, which is 5 years, he's not going to die again. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a wonderful man, created by God. His God is Chukwu Okiko Abiame, Chineke nke Nigwe, Omama Masi, Ezebinigwe, the God of Israel. The God that has actually been giving Israel victory over the Arabs, over the Hamas, the Hezbollah, the Iran, the Iraq, Yemen, Syria, and so on and so forth. Is going to actually liberate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Kanu must come out. He must. Chukwu Okabia mmekwe ya n'azụ. Akpọkuo dike izu ọnya bụ ihe Chukwu bụ. Akatọcha abani asụ ọnya nli. Igbo na-ekwenu Chineke kelu ndị Igbo. Igbo na-ekwenu Chukwu kelu ndị Igbo. Nnamdi Kanu will go to court again, I think 21 and 22. Yeah. That's next week. 21, 22 May is going to appear in the court. And I'm telling you that victory is his. We are going to see another melodramatic hearing next week, whereby the witnesses, they are going to fumble, womble, and be fidgeting the more. As a result of what? Illegality, illegitimacy going on in this administration. This is .Nation News. Subscribe from me. That's the only good you can do me. Subscribe from me. Like, share with your friends, your contacts. Yeah, and you can come down to the comment section. Let's talk. You can ask me a question. We can debate. My name is Ralph Tresvant. Thank you. You are blessed for watching.